If God wanted you to smoke, he would have put a chimney on your head. Hi guys, my name is Jesse Vesper, and I am tired of people vaping, not because it affects your health and is a bad habit, but because it affects me. It affects me personally. If you are vaping in my vicinity, that is not fun for me, and I'm going to tell you why today. But first, I want to tell you how much I love popcorn. This is not a sponsorship, but it probably should be. I love savory popcorn with butter. I love sweet popcorn. I love candied popcorn. I love popcorn with fruit. I love homemade popcorn on the stove, fatty with the oil. Oh my gosh, so crunchy and crisp. You can make delicious sweet popcorn as well. But you know what I don't love? Popcorn lung. Okay. If you want popcorn lung, that's your prerogative. This isn't an anti-vaping video, although it's probably going to sound like one. I'm not here to tell you to stop vaping because you're going to die, or because you're going to get popcorn lung, or because it's a bad habit, or because it makes your teeth yellow, or because it's gross, or because, you know, the plethora of other reasons medically you probably shouldn't be vaping. I'm here to tell you to stop doing it next to me, okay? And let me just set the scene for you. I don't want to just make you think that I'm talking out of my booty. You know, I don't want you to feel like you can't live your truth and live your life, you know, but I do want you to know that I have been personally affected by people who are vaping, and I don't like it. So set the scene. I'm going into a place, just any place, any old place. Actually, that's not true. It was a place of employment. And a lot of these people vape, and that's fine. I truly am not here to tell you can't vape, okay? But please, I think there's like let's say 6 feet, right? 6 feet was the COVID requirement, right? So why not 6 feet away from me, like vaping? That's okay. Unless it is a windy day. And I'm going to just tell you, the wind is not your friend. The wind is not your friend when it comes to wigs and hair, and she ain't your friend when it comes to vaping, okay? Or smoking or anything else. This can all be applied to cigarettes as well. I don't do the cigarettes. Please, for the love of God, don't do the cigarettes. Or the marijuanas. Keep that away from me, okay? Unless I'm partaking, which I am not. So let's just get that clear, okay? So hear me out. I'm walking into my place of employment, right? There's a herd of sheeple walking in there, okay? And I don't really want to talk to those people in the morning, or in general, most of them. Sorry if you're my coworker and watching this. I just don't. First thing in the morning, I'm not trying to have that conversation. I'm not trying to talk to you about our Lord and Savior. I'm not trying to talk to you about the weather. I'm not clocked in. I'm not clocked in, okay? I'm not a salaried employee. So like, I would like to be on the clock for about 2 hours probably before I talk to you, unless you're my work bestie, in which case you can talk to me. But you know who you are. And if you're not them, then stop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking in, and it's a long trek, okay? And it's cold outside. So no, you know, nobody really wants to talk here this time of year. And this happens in the summer too, but in the summer, I feel like it's a little easier to avoid people because they stay in their car a little bit longer. I don't know, maybe I'm making that up. But people are vaping, right? They're vaping, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. Like, but they're far enough away that I don't really have to engage because I wait. I'm in there listening to Grimes. I'm in there listening to Lady Gaga. I'm in there listening to Poppy. Like, I'm in my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm jamming. I don't want to hear you. I want to hear my car. I want to hear my music. I want to vibe before I go into this horrible place that is going to make me want to be kind and happy all day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a fast walker. Most queer people are. I'm also a tall person. So I'm like, you know, like I'm running in there to get my clock in early. You know, I'm trying to clock in 5 minutes early so I can get paid. Okay. And is that bad? No. It's called being prompt. So when I'm walking up to these people, there are like 3 individuals I can specifically think of. But in this circumstance, it was just one. Taking vape hits, and I'm like avoiding. Imagine, like I'm dodging like the flumes of smoke that are flying at me because of the wind, right? And I'm trying not to breathe your air. It's also flu season, okay? I'm not trying to breathe your sickling air. Like, I don't know if you're coughing because you have disgusting lungs or if you're coughing because you have phlegm in your lungs and you're ill. So regardless, I don't really want to be breathing your air, okay? I want to breathe my air. That's why I'm staying in my little bubble over here, okay? So these flumes are flying at me and I'm dodging, right? I'm going left and right, whatever. Then I get to the little door and all the doors are locked where I work. So we all have to go into this one door. And then this person takes like the fattest rip. I'm talking like fat. I'm talking Jesse Vesper level fat of a riff. Okay. Jesse Vesper level fat rip off their vape. And it's one of the fat vapes, the big vapes, not the cute little vapes. It's like the big, like the like xylophone vapes, you know? And they take this big rip off of it and then just exhale. And it's not just me, it's like other people too. So like, I don't really want to smell your candied pickled butthole vape. You know what I'm saying? Your candy pickled butthole Fruit Loops vape. I don't want to smell that, but I had to because I couldn't hold my breath that long because I had already been holding my breath the whole way up there. Okay, so I had to breathe this garbage into my lungs, and I'm frustrated because I'm like right by the door. I was like almost inside thinking, I'm like, oh, air, so exciting to breathe this wonderful air. And then I audibly made a sound of disgust. I literally was like, ugh. I was disgusted, okay? Because like I didn't want to smell that. And I knew at least 3 of the other individuals in this herd of sheeple did not want to smell it either. And am I the bad person here? Like, what is the protocol, right? Like, what is the protocol to say to somebody, hey, this is a public space. Do you mind? Could you actually go over there to Smoker's Corner? Do you mind? Could you do that in your car? Could you hotbox your car, actually? Are you not concerned about your health? No, I'm really worried about your health. You know, did you know vaping's not good for you? Are you concerned about popcorn lung? No, I'm just really concerned. You know, I'm a concerned citizen. Do you ever think about how vaping affects the environment? Do you have no respect for people around you? Yeah. Do you think everybody wants to smell your popsicle vape Fruit Loop butthole? You know, like I don't really know what the protocol is. Like I'm like, hey, morning, Tommy, morning. Hey, could you not do that next to me and the 40 other people that are walking into this building? Because nobody wants to smell that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't really know. You guys can tell me in the comment section down below after you like or dislike this video. Because if you vape, you're probably going to want to dislike this video. Or maybe it'll change your life and I'm hypnotizing you to quit. Maybe that would be great, you know, for you. And it would save you so much money. Could you imagine? But like, let me know in the comment section down below. Like, what is the protocol to say to somebody that is doing a bad habit or smoking? The same situation has happened to me from a boss at the time. They are no longer employed at this place I'm talking about. But they would smoke next to me while I was on and off the clock trying to talk to me like way too close. I'm getting the secondhand smoke. Darling, I don't want to be smelling all that. I'm not trying to breathe all that in. I'm already probably going to get lung cancer from the microplastics. You know what I mean? The ones that fly around in the air. Yeah. Like, so I'm not trying to like vape and do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not a prude. Okay. Like I've taken a hit off of a vape before. I know everybody's shocked. You know what I'm saying? So like, I know I'm familiar with the bad habits is what I'm trying to say to you. But what I'm also trying to say to you, what happened to etiquette? You know, why we should have an etiquette around public spaces and other people's vicinity and, you know, respecting your time and your space and the moment, you know, like, why should I be late to work walking in because you're inconsiderate and want to pollute the air? You know what I'm saying? And again, pollute the air on your own time. Like, that's your business. But like, like, not my air, not what I'm breathing, not what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think the etiquette is, because I have no more decorum. I can't do it. I'm going to call people out. I've decided this year, in the new year, I'm going to call people out for being stupid, where applicable, because if I'm not paying for a service, like, why should I put up with your vape? Why should I put up with it? You act your wage, you know what I'm saying? Especially in this circumstance, you are, we're coworkers, right? But I'm not saying that it has been only coworkers, because it hasn't. This isn't just an isolated incident. It's just the current one I'm ranting about. Okay. I'm ranting so hard my bra strap is falling down. Like, this is getting out of control, people. So, and this happens to me when I walk into Walmart, when I walk into places of shopping centers, like wherever I'm going. This has happened many, many times to me. Okay. And that's even worse, because it's like a coworker, at least I know you're a crusty, dusty, whatever, but like a person on the street, or a person like that I don't know, like, I don't know where your breath has been. I don't know what booty you've been munching on. I don't know what you've had in there. Okay. And when you're hacking it out, like you have tuberculosis, perhaps it's time to quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, perhaps we shouldn't be doing that anymore. So this has happened to me many times, and the frustration has been brewing in my soul for a long, long time. Let me tell you about another story that involves a vape. And this was a paid experience. So imagine this. A couple years ago, I was taking my sister out for her birthday. Happy birthday, sister. So I took her out, and we were at a Texas Roadhouse is where we were. And it was busy. It took us a few minutes to get seated. And I was like, I'm going to show this girl a good time. I'm going to get her a little drinky drink for her birthday, and we're going to get some food, and we kiki it up. So like, we're ordering, and first things first, this actually was really funny. I had full nails on, not these. Not these. Okay. But I had full acrylic nails because I was going somewhere. I had an event to do or something that I was going to, like a wedding. So I had good nails on. Acrylics, baby. Acrylics. And I looked botched other than that. I had a little outfit on, but I was botched. No makeup, no good hair, nothing. Just my hat. And the waitress comes and we got seated, and the waitress comes, and the first thing she asked after "how are you," she asked, "Are you a drag queen?" And when I tell you this floored me, it was a very humbling moment. I said, guys, nope, I'm just trans. And she was kind of stunned by that. And I was like, okay, work. So we then got our, our stuff situated. We got our drinks, like whatever we had. And then she was like, are you guys ready to order? And my sister and I had low-key been talking, because I didn't think she'd be back that quick, because it was busy, right? And so I was like, could you actually give us a couple minutes? Because we need to look at the menu a little bit more. And I didn't know what my sister wanted, so I didn't want to order for the table, not bringing that back. So she leaves. Well, actually, she doesn't leave. She does eventually leave. But she says, oh, okay. And then she kind of like leans in close, and she's like, hey, you guys seem really cool. So I'm going to go out back, and I'm going to hit my vape, and then I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm sorry, what? Like, I'm not the vape police in this video. I am the vape police, obviously. But I was shook by that. I was very shook by that, because I have worked as a server for over 3 years in the past, and I would never tell a table that. I would never be like, hey, I'm going to go, do whatever, do the hanky panky outside or whatever you're doing, like, keep it to yourself. Just disappear for a few minutes. Be like, I'll be back in a few minutes, and then disappear. Right. So like, I don't know if she was trying to like break it down. I guess maybe I'm not cool. Maybe I seemed cool. Maybe I'm not cool, because I'm talking about it now publicly. And of course I didn't tell her boss. I didn't, I didn't care. I also know how the customs are in those places. Like it's hard being an icon. I had several coworkers actually, that smoked cigarettes and vaped and did all the things, right? When I was a server at Pizza Hut. And guys, they would get breaks that we didn't get because they were smoking or vaping or doing like whatever they were doing outside. Some of them. So I was very shook by this, because like I would be working on the clock, doing like the whole like dining tables, all the dining room, taking it all myself, and like, waiting those tables and doing the phones and whatever, because they were outside smoking a cigarette or vaping. So like, and we didn't get okay. It was very unethically ran at this place that I worked at. Back in the day. So we didn't get our breaks like we should have anyways, but the fact that they got breaks, we didn't get breaks at all. So like the fact that they went and got smoking breaks just for smoking, I was about to pick up the habit. I was like, I want a break. I want a break. So I don't know. And that poor waitress, she was cool. She was really nice. And she was actually a good server. So I'm not like trash talking her, but I was very shook that she had the nerve to tell me about the vape and then to go do it. It's been 2 years at least, and I'm talking about it now, but I don't know that I would ever tell a guest or, a customer or someone I was serving that I was going to go outside and hit my vape. And good for her for telling. I'm thankful she confided that secret in me so that I can now tell you, the public, and Texas Roadhouse also. Hey, Texas Roadhouse. Are we doing background checks on our employees? Do they vape? Can we ask that as an interview question? Actually, that would be a good one. That would me as a boss. Like, do you vape? Them, yes. Thank you for your time. That was me checking no on my little list. Yeah. Taking a note. No. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I was very shook by that one. So yeah, I guess the moral of the story here is don't smoke, don't drink, don't vape, don't have sex, you'll die. So yeah, good habits only for 2026. And moving forward, don't blow your vape smoke on me. Don't blow your vape smoke on me. It's disgusting. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to smell your nasty, fruity, whatever, juicy Fruit Loop, whatever. I don't want it. I don't want it in my lungs. I don't want it affecting me. I don't want your nicotine. I don't want to see your yellow teeth. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to think about you. And I don't, for the love of God, want to smell you. Okay. So stay away from me. 6 feet minimum. If it's windy, stay further away. Actually, a hot box in your car. If you don't have a car, stay home. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Bye.